Good morning, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton, where we are making the prophetic practical, bringing the prophetic into everyday life, and we're seeing the future now. And so today is day 5 of video. I'm doing. Uh, we are attempting to do a video, but we've done it for the last 5 days. And so today is day 5 of uh, of 30 days of video. So today I wanted to talk to you about the day that God bless. And of course, we're talking about the seventh day, which is called Saturday on our calendar, and then some calendars is called Sabbath. And the Hebrew word, however, is Shabbat. And so I prefer the Hebrew word over the other words. Of course, we have to call it Saturday because the that's the day of the week on our calendar. But God finished creating the heavens and the earth, and He finished on the sixth day, which was yesterday. If you look at our calendar, first day Sunday, sixth day is Friday, and the seventh day is Saturday. And so on the seventh day, it says that God rested. And then in Genesis chapter 2, it says, and God blessed. He blessed this day. And the unusual thing is that it is the only day of the week that God blessed. So I wanted to just kind of talk to you about what does that mean, because throughout creation we see God blessing. We see the act of blessing throughout creation. He in Genesis chapter 1, he created the animal creation, and then in Genesis chapter 1, he blessed mankind. He blessed humankind. And then in Genesis chapter 2, he blessed the seventh day. And so the creation process, the thing I love about the creation process is it is full of the act of God blessing. He's not only creating, he's also blessing. So what does this word bless mean? Okay, well, the Hebrew word for bless is barak. And so to get the full meaning of what the word means, I always look at the letters first. I don't look at the definition that is, been placed in the scriptures or in concordances and commentaries. I always go to the alphabet first because I'm looking for revelation that the Lord is releasing to me as I look at the letters. Okay, so the Hebrew word barak is spelled bet, resh, kaf. Bet, of course, is the second letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it means the son or the house. All right, and so when God blessed the day, He blessed this day by giving it its own identity. Okay, He gave it its own identity, but then He also aligned it with the Son. Okay, now, some of you will take what I'm saying, you'll take it religiously, and I don't want you to. I don't want you to look at today as a day of religion. It's a day of going to church or keeping Shabbat in a religious sense, because when God blessed the day, there was no religion, there was no church, there was no congregation. So what God is doing is he's establishing and showing us how to walk in the fullness of our blessings, how to walk in the blessings of the Lord. I talked about that in on another video, how he blessed humankind. So blessings are not just for the believer. It's not just for the Christian, for those that follow the Lord. Yes, you are blessed because you follow the Lord. But listen, He blessed everybody. He blessed every human being. All 7 billion people who are currently walking in the earth, they have the blessing of God in them. They just don't know how to walk in it or how to activate it or how to access it. Even in the church, when we hear the word bless or blessings, right away we attribute it to material things or natural things. We attribute it to resources. Okay, and that is actually the end of blessing, as I'm going to show you today. The beginning of blessing is to be aligned in your identity, to know who you are, and then it is to be aligned with the Son, Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ, one of the things that Jesus did, and this is actually what made him enemies and led to his crucifixion, is Jesus brought a new order in Shabbat. And so he taught in the synagogues. I'm going to be teaching today at 12 o'clock, doing a master class on finding your destiny. I struggled when I started my academy some years ago, and I kind of, I was just coming into really walking in the revelation of keeping Shabbat, keeping the seventh day, and I was really struggling. Do should I teach on Saturdays? Is it right for me to teach? It's a day of rest, but when I look at Jesus, Jesus taught in the synagogues because that's where the people gathered. And so he went into the synagogues to teach, but he also healed on Shabbat. And several of the miracles that Jesus did was done on Shabbat. And it so infuriated the religious people that they, eventually they killed him because he was not following their religious order. So Shabbat is not about religion. It is about establishing, it is about actually walking in the order that God has set for each one of us and then receiving the blessing. So, again, I don't think it really matters to God what day we keep Shabbat, but I do believe it matters to God that we keep Shabbat. Okay. So I keep Shabbat on Saturday. And fortunately, outside of teaching, I don't, I've been blessed not to work. Sometimes I'll work in the mornings. I'll do some driving in the mornings, but Shabbat is a day of rest. It is a day of ending. And that's really what the rest is about. The resting part is an acknowledgement that you have worked 6 days and now you are ending the week. And see, you can't have beginnings without having endings. And so one of the things uh, that happens when we keep Shabbat, we're entering into the identity that the Lord has set for us. We are entering into our identity as sons. Okay. And we are aligning ourselves with the Son, who is Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Okay. The second letter in blessing is Resh, which is the mind, which represents the mind. And see, blessings really start in your mind. It doesn't start in your hand. It starts in your mind, in your inner being, in that immaterial part of you where you think, where you feel, okay, where you make decisions and choices and you act upon them. And so the mind, the Lord has given us a mind. And so when he blessed the seventh day, he was actually, I believe that what God was saying is he was conceiving in his mind a day that would be unlike any other day. So by blessing it, okay, he was creating a day that would be different. He was seeing in his mind, and he was bringing forth from his mind this seventh day. So he's actually, even though he has stopped working, he has not stopped creating. Because in our minds, we are always creating. We are always creating. We are always conceiving. In our minds, we are always imagining. Okay. And so the mind, so uh, when we begin to focus in our minds on the blessing, And now I am speaking of natural, spiritual, financial, emotional, relational, whatever blessing you desire for yourself, you got to first see it in your mind, because that's what God did. All right. When he blessed it, he had already created in his mind this seventh day and what it would look like for each one of us. I pray you get this revelation. This is a day that God created, and he already saw it, and he saw us in how we would receive it and how we would conceive in our mind. So one of the things you should do on the seventh day, you should be organizing in your mind. You should be thinking in your mind, what do I need to do in this upcoming week? What should I be focusing on? What should I be creating? How should I be living day to day? Okay? And then as we conceive the blessing in our mind, then it will begin to manifest in our hand. Kaf. Kaf is the Hebrew letter for Kaf is the Hebrew letter for hand, and so when what we conceive in our mind begins to manifest in our hand, and the hand, of course, represents the marketplace and the ministry, and so when God bless, God first he put his identity on this day. And then God created it in his mind. And then God began to release from his hands the things that he desired to release. And so when we follow these same three principles of blessing, okay, so the blessing is my identity in Jesus. I am a son. Okay. And then my mind, I have the mind of Christ to conceive and to create. And then in my hand, I begin to manifest the things that I have seen in my mind. And so this is what the blessing of the seventh day means. So today is a day unlike any day in the week, because we have the seventh day, which God blessed. And then God sanctified it, which means he made it special, or he made it different. The reason why the seventh day is sanctified is because God blessed it. He blessed the seventh day because it was the day he finished and he ended. And so every seventh day, if you can keep Shabbat on Saturday, that's a blessing. If you can't keep it on Saturday, you should keep it one day out of the week, but that should be your end day. That should be your day of ending. And it should be your day of entering into the blessing of the Lord. We keep Shabbat not because it is a command. For Israel, it was a command. It was part of the law of Moses, okay? But for us, it is a choice because it's new covenant. In the new covenant, in the old covenant, Israel had to keep Shabbat. It was their law. But in the new covenant, we keep it by choice. So I'm not saying that you got to keep Shabbat, or, you're going to go to hell, or you're going to be lost or anything. No, it's a choice. But listen, I choose to enter into the seventh day and to keep this day as a day of rest. All right. And it's a day of endings. So I look back over my week, and I see, okay, I see what I've done. I've seen the progress that I've made. I'm looking at the people who have joined my class today that meets at 12 o'clock. That is part of the blessing of what I do. All right. I look at opportunities. So you should review what has happened the last 6 days, and then you look forward to what is coming ahead. Okay. God bless you. Listen, please, I'm so enjoying your comments. I'm going to pull from the comments that we've had already for the last few videos, and we'll be making videos from those comments that we've chosen We'll be making videos next week. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave a comment, and in your comment you can ask a question, or you can make a statement, and I may make a video on based on your comment or your question. Okay, and then also subscribe to the channel if you have not. Um, like this video, share it, and then go into our description box and look at some of the resources that we have to offer. We're going to be in worship tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my mentor, Apostle Teresa Harvard Johnson of the Scribal Conservatory, is going to be giving us the word. She's going to be teaching, and I'm so excited. This is our first anniversary for the Renaissance Prophetic Network. We've been worshiping the last 2 Sundays. Tomorrow is our final Sunday of worship. And so just show up here on our channel at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And I know that my mentor, Apostle Teresa Harvard Johnson, is going to have an incredible word for us. Okay? God bless you. Shalom.